Hi everybody, Renee here with Luminous, walking you through absolutely everything you need to know about airbrushing from start to finish. And today we're also going to do a little bit of eyes because why not? So we're going to get started with absolutely everything you need to know about your kit, your airbrush, your stylus, all the things that you need to know to get started. And just a quick reminder, if you're new here to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe because you don't want to miss a thing. Also, you want to turn on those notifications because we've got a lot of fun content coming out every single day. So then we want to make sure that we are talking about absolutely everything airbrush. We're going to go through your system. We're going to show you what's going on with the stylus. We're going to show you everything you need to know. So don't you worry, we're going to show you. So feel really great about your new purchase with Luminous and how to use it because that's so important. That's like the hardest part is that, once you get it home is actually going ahead and opening up your kit and seeing what's inside because we know it goes, oh my gosh, I got it. Now what do I do? Well, we've got your back, and that's why we go live every single day. If you have any questions or we miss your comments, go ahead and send me an email because sometimes we get a lot of comments going on or we don't have a chance to get to everybody's comment. So go ahead and send me an email if I miss you or you want to talk about something specific to your experience. Hey, Candy. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Brenda. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and talk about what comes in your kit, and that is, here we go. Here's your airbrush system, blush, 2 foundations, and a product called Love. So what is so phenomenal about these products, they all come together and mostly it really gives you enough to get you started and get you out the door feeling more confident, feeling more evened out, all the things that you're looking for from your makeup. So this is your stylus. You want to hold that like a pen. Inside here, you want to pop your foundation in there. That's your foundation well. Pardon me. We even give you a little cap here to hold everything exactly where it needs to be instead of flying all over your house or your bathroom or whatever. So there we go. Hey, Patty. All right. So we're going to do a demo. We're going to do color matching. We're going to get our foundations on. We're going to get our blush on. And then we're going to do some eyes with our amazing Nude and Naughty palette. It's so naughty. All right. So let's do some color matching. We're going to do a quick swipe of the shades here. And when you do a color matching, shake up your foundation colors and start by putting a drop on your cheeks. Reason why we're doing that, guys, is because this is going to show us what's going to match our skin the best. So as you can see, I'm kind of in between these two. This is a 03 and a 04, but I'm going to go ahead and smush those away because I'm going to get practicing with my airbrush system. Hey, Tamberly, thanks for joining. All right, here we go. I'm going to pop about half and half. And I'm going to do a little bit more than I normally do because I'm going to do a demo for you using a piece of paper. And there we go, adding a little bit more, about half and half. And then I just made a custom foundation. I can say that every single day. I've made myself a custom foundation. So I'm going to turn this on, pop my finger over this, and pull back on that trigger there. That's going to mix everything up perfectly. Pop that lid back on. And then I'm just going to get used to the feeling with air. You can also do this with water. You can do this with foundation, but we do like you to get used to the feeling with air because it does feel different than a regular foundation. Then you want to keep your stylus moving, always 4-finger widths from your skin, applying evenly and barely pulling back on the trigger. I want you to watch my finger here. See that little movement? Barely pulling back on that trigger, letting that product come out evenly. Now, if I get too close, see what happens? Or if I get really close, got a little splat there. Too far away. Oops, sorry. Too far away, I'm using a ton of product to get barely any coverage. Or if I open up too much, too close, way too much product. So let's get started airbrushing. I'm going to clip my hair back. All right. And I'm just going to give myself a nice even finish. And as you can see, when I turn sideways, and this is one of the fun parts of the demo, so I'm going to turn myself sideways, and you can see I am staying far away from my face. I know that when it comes close like this, or it looks like it's close like this when I'm directly in front of the camera, but as you can see, I am well far enough away from that on my skin, keeping that nice even application. Now, if you try it first on paper, you're going to see the product really show up versus when you do it on your face after we've just checked our color. You're probably not going to see it on your face immediately unless you have a boo-boo, which opening up too much or a little too heavy in one area because you've so perfectly matched your color. Hi, Kate. Hi, Casey. Welcome back. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. All right, so see how we're giving that nice even look, and we're going to go under the eye and use it as concealer because we are using the Silk 4-in-1 that I can use it as multiple products. All right, so we are going to add a little bit of color here with the Tulip Blush. So as you can see from my very first live this morning, which was at 8 a.m., now we're at 12, there has been some settling going on. So you want to shake it up. You definitely want to shake it up and give it that life back because it's going to mix in those pigments and give us that even pigment distribution throughout the whole product. Now, if you don't continue to shake it up, when you get to the bottom of your product, if you haven't always shaken it up, you're going to have a ton of pigment in there. All right, so let's add some of the Tulip. But because I want a slightly softer look, we are going to use Love. Now, Love also comes in your set. We're going to shake it up. And I want this to go into my blush to add a little bit more luminosity and to make it a little sheerer. Yes, your Love can make that product just a little bit sheerer. So if you have a blush that you like, but maybe it's a little stronger, or maybe you don't want as much blush or as bold of a blush as you may want at some points, you can add a little bit of Love to your blush. Again, with the same application technique, we want to stay far enough away from the skin. So as you can see, it's a sheerer application of my blush, which just gives me enough color that I feel like I have some color back in my skin, but I'm not overwhelming my skin with too much color. So I hope that makes sense. So if you've seen Tulip by itself, here, I'm going to do a demo on my hand. And I'm going to do a pretty good amount here. That's Tulip with Love. And then I'm going to add just Tulip, just so you can see the difference. Now, this is just Tulip. Very different. Tulip with Love. Sorry, I have beaten up my hands this weekend. So this one is with Love, just Tulip. Huge difference. All right. I'm in Florida, yeah. And how do I avoid problems like from humidity, like sweat? Do you mean like for my all over foundation? I don't really sweat a lot in my face, so I don't really have a problem with that. But for a lot of people, I usually do, and I'm going to do that right now, is use our translucent powder and set with, or you can use our Final Seal. Holy moly, it's Monday. I might need another cup of coffee. Final Seal that helps to combat some of that humidity or sweat. Or what you can do too, Jeannie, is put your powder underneath your airbrush, or you can use Velvet Veil. Helps to kind of keep that more matte finish and kind of soften everything out underneath. So those are a few ways that you can combat that humidity. And always, whenever I do my makeup, that when I'm going out of the house, I do my makeup here with you guys a lot and I never leave the house. But when I'm doing makeup and I actually leave the house, I do always use a powder to set. It completely helps with that. Hey, Candy, not sure what you're talking about. We are doing eyes on this session. We do color every single day. All right, so there we go. We are going to just set with that powder. There you go. All right, so like I said in the intro, we are going to do the Nude and Naughty palette today, and we got all of our products on from our starter kit, so what everybody's going to get in their set. We did add with the 100 brush our translucent powder, and this powder is great for all skin tones, and I just really feel like it just smooths everything out and just sets everything in. Yes, Jeannie, you can put it under your airbrush. Now, the beauty of that is because it's airbrush, if you put that underneath, what's really cool about that is that unlike traditional foundation application, you're not moving anything around. You're just kind of setting it on top of that. So yeah, you can put it underneath because your airbrush, like just kind of how we layer, sometimes we put our blush under our foundation, which is what you normally can't do with regular foundation. We can do that. We can do those reverse steps with airbrush because we don't have to worry about moving anything. So, the world is your oyster, Jeannie. You can go crazy here and put that underneath. I'm glad that you like that idea. It's really, really fun and just it's just such a great little trick. And you could have a lot of fun with that. Just like we can do any of the other products that we do under our airbrush. I absolutely love that. What finish does the waterproof setting stuff have? It is a natural finish, so it's going to look like natural skin. It's not going to be glittery, but it's not mattifying. So if you like a more luminous finish, if you have something that's luminous underneath of it, it will mimic that. If you have something matte underneath, it's going to have a natural finish. So if you need more mattifying, Brenda, you might want to do your spray and then set with a powder if you like it really matte. Does that make sense? Okay. You can also, like we were just talking about, the cool thing about airbrushing and stuff. So if you're going to airbrush, maybe you want to airbrush a really intense, like luminizer, like our little luminizers. If you want that look, you can do those in those specific areas on top of your final seal. Does that help? That's the cool thing about airbrush, guys, that you can't do that anywhere else because airbrush application is so, so unique that we can control it. Put that powder underneath. Go ahead. There is nothing wrong with it. All right, let's get into Nude and Naughty. We're going to do those. Okay, we're going to start with my eyebrows, and I use Shady to do eyebrows. So we're going to do a cool eye today. Spend some time together doing that with the Nude and Naughty palette. So I love using Sultry, which is a dark brown. I love using it with our 220 brush. And just giving some of that fill there. All right. Candy, I'm struggling with understanding what you're looking for, and I'm not sure if I can understand it. So if you could possibly maybe send me an email and let me know. So we are going to use a little bit of our concealer, our Nude Illusion concealer. It comes in 5 colors. I'm going to put a little bit on my lid, and this one's a little bit lighter than my skin tone because I want it to act as a highlight as well. See how it's lighter than my skin tone? So it's going to act as a highlight for my eyeshadows. Now, here's the thing. If you're using a concealer on your lid as a shadow base or a brightener, just remember not to put too much on. If you put too much on, you're going to be counterproductive and actually create some too much product will create warmth and movement, and then you're going to lose that. It's going to start to crease and do some of the stuff that we don't want our shadows to do. So I'm going to go into Dusk, this color right here, and we're going to go up under the eyebrow here. And I'm going to go down to the natural crease. Now, before we add that natural crease, oh, I love this color. This is like a creamy, it's kind of velvety looking cashmere color. Love that. Okay, so then I'm going to use my fingers and choose I'm going to do it. Love right here. I'm going to use my ring finger. And because that concealer is still a little damp, it's going to grab right on there. Oh, I love this little combo. It's so summery. It has a slightly sultry look to it as well. And I love using my fingers for I just love that. Okay, so now we're going to add some depth and dimension, and I'm going to use sepia, this color right here. And we're going to use our 200 brush. That's our fluffy brush. And I love this brush so much because it gets a little pointy right here, and it helps me get a good cut into my eye shape. So you see that sharp little line? I got that from this big brush because it has that nice point to it. So I can lay that down. And get some really good shape out of that. So it's going to actually keep my eye looking much bigger because I'm slightly above my natural crease. Did you guys see that? All right, so now I have a separation between those two, and I'm going to come back in with sultry. It's just a little bit darker than sepia. So here's sepia and here's sultry. And see how that intensifies that, but I'm not going to take this one all the way in like I did with my sepia because my sepia did its job. And now I'm just going to add some depth here. With that one. And then I'm going to use right here, this color here, Desire, just for a little bit of, I have a little like bullet brush here, and I'm going to use this one, loading that up, good amount of color, popping that extra off. And I'm going to create depth under my eye. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the Midnight, which is like a dark blue black for dimension. All right, we're going to wrap this up with a little eyeliner in Temptation Eyeliner and Black Diamond. And then, of course, our amazing Distraction mascara. Now, I choose this Temptation eyeliner personally because I don't know, there is something about this tiny little brush that does everything I need. And for me, I like to just tickle the lashes. I just feel like having the lashes, if I feel it against my lashes, then I'm close enough. And I just want to give this little technique in here, creating a little bit of a foxy liner with a tiny little wing. Really letting my liner do all the talking. All right, so let's repeat on the other side. So this is really giving me that sharp almonds look on the inside corner of my eye. So really emphasizing that almondy shape. I need to pick up a little bit more product. Ooh. All right, guys, and that is my little foxy liner I've got going on, and we're gonna do a little mascara to round that out. So guys, come back and see me today at 2 and 4. We're gonna be finishing, we're gonna be doing more lips at 2, and then at 4, we're gonna do all the backwards makeup, doing contour. We'll do some powder first. Did you hear that, Jeannie? We'll do that first. And we will do all those tips and tricks today at 2 and 4. So don't miss a thing. We'll see you back here. Guys, my name is Renee. If you have any questions, let me pop my email address up there for you. Just remember our ticker is running below to show you exactly when we're going live. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We did eyes. We'll come back. We'll do more on the cheeks. We'll do more on the lips. And you don't want to miss a thing. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.